Okay, hi everyone. So today we have a meeting where we'll introduce organizational behavior concept for the Mercedes-Benz company that tries to become emission-free. And as for agenda, in the beginning we will say some words about the company itself, its history, and the goals. The second section going to be about the need for change, the reason for of it, and how we'll imply them. The third part is organizational structure, and the three last sections are going to be about benchmarks, mitigation of challenges, as well as recommended solution of OB concepts.
Mercedes-Benz is a German luxury automotive brand producing consumer luxury vehicles and commercial vehicles. Mercedes started production in 1926. Mercedes is widely regarded as the first internal combustion engine in self-propelled automobile. Its slogan is "The best or nothing". Mercedes aims to have a battery electric vehicle in every segment it serves by 2022. Mercedes has confirmed that it will launch 3 new electric vehicle platforms in 2025 as a part of the company's transition towards becoming an all-electric manufacturer.
Okay, it's very important to set the problem, and what we say that the problem itself faces a bunch of different problems, and one of the biggest is pollution, especially air pollution. And the main contributor to this pollution is fossil fuel powered road transport. Next, please. And in order to be progressive, Mercedes has built its strategy for being more eco-friendly, and this strategy includes transformation to CO2 neutrality, which is the most important thing. Global production of network for batteries and electrical cars, leading to car software, sustainable supply chain, green charging, and in general, sustainable production. And they have already launched a lineup of electrical cars, but it is just the start. And their main goal is by 2030, sell just electrical vehicle cars and make their cars make the electrical cars in every segment.
Talking about stakeholders, by definition, a stakeholder is a person or an organization with an interest or concern in a business like Mercedes-Benz. So for Mercedes-Benz, a stakeholder for this project is the government, local authorities, investors, contractors and suppliers, environmental partners, and of course the employees.
The organizational structure, the internal structure of how the company works is the CEO, the chairman of the board, and multiple directors. Under these three head of people, there is the CFO and control, design, CIO, communication, product strategy and steering, integrity, and legal affairs, marketing and sales, procure department, production and supply chain, HR relationship, that all work under them, and they try to conduct them with OB concepts. The other thing is the benchmarks. So the strategy for everyone is to focus on the three core values: safety of the cars, the quality of the cars, and especially to care for the environment as we are making a change into electric cars. The other thing is to have an organization structure into a new department to bring about how the change department works, how self-awareness works in the company, and the HR department. Changing everything is a part of changing the departments into a more developed and aware departments.
Talking about mitigation of challenges, So for Mercedes-Benz, some major challenges are people are unaware of ecological legislations, which has a part of like the Clean Air Act, the Montreal Protocol, the Clean Water Act. So most of them are related to the fuel run vehicles which have been running till now. This will be cleared by the electrical segment of the cars, but people are still unaware of these. People are find they found adjusting to change difficult. So uh, this is a like one of the biggest risk for Mercedes-Benz to make people adjust to change, which is a part of change management and use of an organizational behavior concept like influence can also be a part of this. There's issue with redundancy, which will be a concern for the prior part of this project because duplicate parts repairs can't be will not be easily available, and people who have been working for the fuel run vehicles need to be trained for electrical run vehicles. Yeah, thank you.
Next.
Now, coming over to the project outline, we have HR fundamentals like conducting and recruiting campaign, onboarding newly hired employees, and we have self-awareness, provide training for employees, especially newcomers. We will provide adequate training to the employees and the newcoming employees so they can get on board perfectly with Mercedes. Change management, we will build a change strategy of how we are going to convert into an all-electric vehicle by the year 2030. We have leadership coaching sessions for manager. We will coach our senior most managers so they can like guide their team in working in most sustainable and most the better way. How can they can coach the coming more employees? We have influence. We're adding a change department with subject matter experts on board. We will hire experts, we will discuss our problems with them, and we will take like professional guidance from them.
Okay, in order to make a change management process, in order to make the change process to go smoothly, it's important to apply change management at 3 levels. So it can be applied using, for example, Levin's 3-stage strategy when we first of all unfreeze, then we change, and then we refreeze. And as we look at three levels, it's important to start with individuals. When individuals must be informed about the reasons for this change and why it is urgent. So for this, it can be some conducting some counseling and therapies. Sometimes also can be training to make easier the whole coordination between people. On the team level, it's important to involve as much people as it is possible in all process that's happening and to build great teams by team building some activities. When it comes to organizational level, one of the important factor is stimulation of a culture of innovation. So celebration mistakes and encourage some experimentation, and as well as establishing trust and managers who implement the change.
In change, self-awareness is very important for the employees as well as the higher management. For employees, we can hire people. When we're hiring people, when we are interviewing them, we can ask them about their personalities, their value, their self-concepts, about their weaknesses, strength, and how they deal with it. By that, we can see how much developed their self-awareness is. We can get them to interviews about the knowledge of their field, to see their abilities, to have perception of what they're able to. For higher positions like the chief of managers who will conduct the whole company, we need more of personality tests to see if they have the leadership qualities, they have the mastermind to bring the change and to initiate more projects like these in the future.
At present, Mercedes are facing new challenges. They are launching new products into new markets, like they are bringing in electrical vehicles, and they are building up expertise in fields that go beyond their previous core business. To adapt to these constant changes and pave way for a successful future, Mercedes has changed its leadership to a cultural leadership, and for that, they have launched Leadership 20X, in which they have identified 8 new leadership principles which describe their leadership behavior and attitude, which are purpose, agility, empowerment, driven to win, pioneering spirit, learning, co-creation, and customer orientation. By doing so, Mercedes believes they can achieve their goal of developing a culture of cooperation that will also ensure their success in the future.
Okay, now coming over to HR fundamentals, Mercedes is recruiting a multicultural workforce. The corporation hopes to broaden the industry's culture. Whenever recruiting, the Mercedes overlook the following factors like age bracket, race, gender, and citizenship. Like these 4 factors, it doesn't matter to Mercedes when it comes to recruiting. So what they focus on while recruiting is work experience in job position. That's what matters to them. Furthermore, they believe in maximizing each employee's skill and shortcomings in order to form a successful team. They believe that a person's history, philosophy, and experiences have an impact on company's professional approach. This is done to reflect the company's German roots.
Talking about influence, so by definition, influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, behavior for on someone or something or the effect itself. And looking at the other 5 points, influence for Mercedes-Benz is a time constraint. Uh, is a time constraint. Sorry, we can observe that more than they will to change itself, they are on also on a time constraint, and more because more and more automobile companies are changing their vehicles to an eco-friendly electric ones. Along with moving forward a sustainable future, they are also being influenced by fellow competitors to adapt to the changing nature of the industry. Furthermore, Mercedes-Benz can use the urgencies to move forward a more sustainable environment while bringing in investors for the project. And Mercedes-Benz needs a leadership team to convey a clear message for the goals and the future end result. And for the last point, the team can also adopt an influential leadership so that it helps them to calculate every next step crucially while having an end goal in mind.
So, talking about all these OB concept and how we can make the change possible. So, as a company, we need to have a connection between them. The self-awareness is a quality to have an individual to initiate the change as a leader. So the change initiation is important, and that's facilitated by self-awareness majorly. Change management is conducted and facilitated by the HR department. When we have self-awareness, we bring upon the change. But the change cannot be on an individual level or on a mindset level. So we set it up to the HR department to conduct that change. And that change in a broader perspective, I would say, influence other people or other companies to, in our case, for better environment and to have energy resourcefulness in the company. So thank you. This was our presentation. Thank you, everyone.